Hey everyone, I was thinking about deleting this channel since I haven't touched it since Crash Landing on You, but I've decided to revive it even though I only have one video. So I'm gonna start consistently uploading here about my thoughts on K-dramas because I'm getting back into K-dramas again after graduating. So look forward to that. Subscribe and like, and let's get on with the video. Hey everybody, today I'm going to be making a video about one of my new top favorite K-dramas of 2021, Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha is a feel-good K-drama, kind of, about a dentist who moves to a seaside town and isn't able to go back to Seoul because she loses her shoes and her car, and she decides to set up shop as a dentist in this town and help the people of Gongjin. This K-drama was so cute, and I loved it so much, and I cried a lot at that last 2 episodes. This video will be full of spoilers, okay, and these are my raw thoughts about Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha, so if the video is a little bit choppy and my thoughts are all over the place, then that's why. I'll probably make another one that's more organized. But for now, these are my raw thoughts and opinions about Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. So I'm going to start with the visuals of the show because that's what intrigued me the most when I first watched the first episode. The environment and the place that they shot in was a town on the eastern side of Korea, I think, southeast side of Korea, and I don't remember what it's called, but I'll put the little map up here. Yeah, so I definitely want to visit that place now, and it's just so beautiful. I don't know if it was color correction, probably was, but it was just stunning to see. And maybe I'm a little bit biased because I love ocean and beach scenes, and I love the ocean myself, and I've always wanted to live in a town next to the ocean as well. So this show is just beautiful, so I recommend it. I hope you guys thought it was beautiful too. It's one of the most beautiful K-dramas I've ever seen, even rivaling Crash Landing on You or Hotel de Luna. A lot of K-dramas I feel like are about the corporate world. There was a little bit of that in here, which was okay for the story, but usually K-dramas are in the middle of the corporate world. This Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha focused more on the people in the little town, and I loved it so much. It makes me want to go off the grid and move to a little seaside town where I can just make friends and have a family and community of people around me, just like Hyejin and Ji-Hong. At first, Hyejin, I didn't actually like her in the first few episodes because I thought she was kind of bland as a character. She seemed like a self-insert type of character, like a YN. But as the show goes on, she kind of changes into a better person. I guess in the beginning, it was just that she was a little bit stuck up. Maybe that's why I didn't like her, but it seemed a little bit bland to me. But it got better as the show went on. Like, I thought Pyo Mi-son had more personality than Yoon Hye-jin, which was a little bit off-putting to me, because I was like, oh, I kind of wanted Pyo Mi-son at first to be the main character, because she was just so much more spiced up, I suppose, than Yoon Hye-jin, who was like if Yoon Hye-jin was a taste, she would be like water. But then after the show goes on, she turns into like fruit water. That's a weird analogy, but bear with me. I really liked the relationship between all the characters, actually, which I was really surprised at, because usually I don't like certain relationships between characters, especially side characters in K-dramas, because the side characters are sometimes just there to support the main characters. But in this show, the side characters really were their individual characters, and they all had backstory, and I was like, yes, give me more backstory on all of the characters, and I loved it. I thought they did a really good job with pacing as well, with all... I don't know how they managed to put so many characters into the story. Like, all of their stories were developed somewhat, and all of them had reasons why they acted a certain way, and all of their stories impacted each other, either in the past or like in the present, which I was pretty shocked by, because a lot of K-dramas that does happen, but for certain side characters, like the main side characters. But for this one, it seemed like all of the characters were main characters. And the writers did such a good job with making this town feel so real. Like, all the characters felt so real. I want to meet all of these characters and live with them and talk with them and talk about their lives more. And it was just so good. There were some characters that annoyed me, like Jang-young and Nam-suk and Park Sok-ja and Choo-yi and Hwa-jung at first, but I really came to like them in the end. At first, Jang-young was super annoying. I was like, what is this guy's deal? But as I got to know him through the show, I was like, oh, that's why he's like this. That's why he's so frustrated. And I was so excited to see him and his ex-wife get back together. I was like, yes! Oh, Yo Hwa-jung is the wife's name. I was so glad to see them get back together. And all of the actors had so much chemistry. They were having just as much fun being the characters as I was watching them be the characters. So that was great. And I wasn't expecting to cry at the end of this show either, even though in the beginning it did hint to, like, I think one of the lines was something like, oh yes, a romance comedy with tragedy or something like that. One of the characters said that. I was like, I'm not gonna cry kind of thing, because it's a rom-com. But it was, yeah, I cried. It was so sad, but so good. And I think this show was more about dealing with grief and how to process grief rather than the romance. The romance is like the pilot of the ship of grief, if that makes sense. And I really liked how real it seemed in the process of grief. It was dramatized. I know it was dramatized because it's a drama, but it really invoked that sense of grief and like that feeling when people come and go in your life. And, you know, the thought that you might never see the people again that come across you in your life, including your family. So that hit me so hard, and I was like, ugh. I used so many tissues. So many tissues. I was a little bit annoyed at first that Chief Hong and Hyejin had we met during childhood backstory. I was like, oh, come on again. But that's basically a trait of rom-com K-dramas at this point. But I was like, oh, there could have been a more creative way to do it. Even though this is based off a movie, I believe. I don't know when that movie aired, but I'm sure they're taking cliches from that and cliches from K-dramas in general. Oh, the funny parts of the show are hilarious. Like the part where Hyejin and Chief Hong are helping Oh-yoon's daughter at the talent show to play the DOS song. That was so funny. I was laughing really hard because it was just so unexpected and the dancing was terrible. And the ending I thought was really sweet and wrapped up really well. I don't think they left any loose ends really. And I really don't think it needs another season. I hope it doesn't. But you never know. And after watching Squid Game, Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha is a really relaxing way to calm down and take a step back. It's the pacing isn't too slow, but it's very calm. And I definitely prefer that over the intensity of Squid Game at times. And it was very calming and very sweet. And it has really good lessons to learn from the characters. So, if you watched Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha and you loved it just as much as I did, hey, this is me from the editing room. I just watched DK News from Danny and David Kim. And they were talking about the Kim Seon Ho allegations and that Kim Seon Ho admitted and apologized to the allegations as well, but it's still a little bit sus that the ex-girlfriend immediately said to stop talking about it to the public. So I'm not sure if I believe it yet, because I don't know, Kim Seon Ho might be just trying to do damage control by apologizing right away. And there is also another post that DK News was talking about that said they would expose the ex-girlfriend's post. Sorry, dog is barking in the background. But I'm not letting that ruin my view of Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. And I hope it doesn't ruin your view as well, because I don't want to respect all the hard work that all of the crew and the other actors put into the show. So what are your thoughts about this? Please put them down below so we can discuss about it. Write your thoughts down below. Tell me what you thought. And did you find parts boring, or did you find parts exciting? Let me know, and I will see you in the next video, and I will hopefully write down my thoughts and organize them again so I can make a coherent video. Anyways, bye-bye!